Welcome champions. In this match of MLBB solo rank, the enemy team picked Tigreal like an absolute boss. They literally blind picked him first without worrying about a single thing. To counter their setup, I immediately locked in Akai. The enemy team then responded by picking Fanny as their jungler. Trapping an elite Fanny with Akai's ultimate spin is always going to be incredibly tough. I knew our team desperately needed another hard counter to stop her from flying around. Looking at our jungler options, I strongly suggested picking Martis to completely shut her down. Casual players always think Saber is the #1 hero to counter Fanny. But if an elite Fanny player builds Antique Cuirass first, then who is really countering who? Saber relies entirely on a single physical burst combo to secure a kill. The exact second Fanny equips that heavy defense armor, Saber's physical damage output drops to absolute zero, leaving him completely vulnerable while she flies around and deletes your backline anyway. Our start was somehow sketchy, and Fanny managed to secure some massive early momentum. It really felt like my teammates were not mentally prepared to fight against her aggressive flying patterns. Despite our draft having solid, high-elo counters to shut down her early map rotations, everyone played completely scared during those first few minutes. This mental block allowed her to freely harvest kills across the lanes. When Martis locks Fanny inside his second skill, she gets completely trapped. The mechanical interruption works exactly like Kufra's bouncy ball skill. This move does not just create an immediate opportunity for Martis to secure a kill on Fanny, it also completely disables her cables, giving your entire team the perfect window to jump in and delete her from the map instantly. That is the absolute beautiful thing about drafting real counters. Even if your start was not great, a solid counter will always remain a counter. Even when your team falls deep behind in gold, you can still pull off an incredibly easy comeback. That is exactly what my Akai and our Martis did during this match. We stopped panicking, trusted our mechanical tools, and waited for the perfect choke points to shut her down. If you have not already done so, please smash that like button, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Your engagement heavily trains the algorithm loops to push this channel to completely fresh heights. I am also linking our previous high-elo journey from 93 to 96 stars inside the end credits of this file. Make sure to check those guides out at the very end of this match to see our full solo rank progress. Tigreal cannot easily set up plays in this match. He is completely aware of my heavy ultimate spin, and I know exactly what he wants to achieve during every single draft rotation. Because of this high-level mind game, I am also refusing to waste my ultimate spin unnecessarily. I am not going to just sit idle on the map. I am constantly tracking his positioning while aggressively using my first and second skills to poke and disrupt their main damage dealers. Because of that intense pressure, some Tigreal players will eventually try to force their setup play anyway. But that desperate mistake is exactly where my heavy ultimate spin comes to rescue the operation. The moment he slides forward to commit his crowd control, I tap my ultimate to bounce him away, cancel his initialization, and completely shatter their team fight setup before his teammates can follow up. If the perfect opportunity comes, I also look to start the setup play myself. In this match, I managed to create far more opportunities for my team than their Tigreal could ever dream of. That is the absolute beautiful thing about picking this direct counter hero. You do not just defend your team from their setup. You completely steal the tempo of the entire match and force the enemy team to play scared. Despite our sketchy early failure, our Martis did incredibly well in this match. His high damage pressure made my job as a roamer much easier. It was a beautiful display of team effort in solo queue, which is something you rarely see inside these lobbies. Whenever random teammates synchronize perfectly during a solo match, I always feel that the game is far more satisfying to play than rolling inside a 5-man pre-made team. Akai scales incredibly well with high health points, so you will always see me buying heavy HP equipment most of the time. His passive shield and skill damage directly benefit from a massive health pool. On very rare occasions, you might see me buy Dominance Ice if our team absolutely lineup desperately needs the attack speed reduction. Otherwise, I always try to escape building this item as much as possible because it simply does not grant any bonus health points. Now, I have finally secured my 97th star here, and this victory feels incredibly sweet. In my next video, we are going straight for our 98th star. Do you think we can actually reach Immortal in solo rank this season? Drop your honest thoughts and predictions in the comments section below. Until then, take care, stay tuned, goodbye, and sayonara.